Foreign fighters joining ISIL ranks. It isn't new information, but what the U.S. Justice Department is doing about it is today. Attorney General Eric Holder announces a new mission, and we are joined live by Ebru's Kyle Schmoyer, who is monitoring the story and has all the developments. Kyle.
Well, Logan, it seems that, along with many other things, and the U.S. is preparing for the fight against ISIS on many fronts. Today itself looks like a three-prong approach, from international relations in France to the halls of Capitol Hill to America's head of law and order. As Secretary of State John Kerry has traveled the Middle East and Europe to gain a stronger coalition to combat ISIS, the U.S. is looking for all types of help, including public relations.
Egypt has a critical role to play in publicly renouncing the ideology that ISIL disseminates.
Meanwhile, back at home, Congress is signaling it is ready to back the president's call to arm ground fighters in Syria. House Republicans plan to authorize a mission to equip and train moderate Syrian rebels, but only with robust oversight and reporting requirements and an explicit ban on deploying U.S. ground troops to fight ISIS. This is expected to be added in the continuing resolution funding bill as an amendment. Today, we also learned the U.S. Justice Department is doing its part in the fight.
Few threats are more urgent than the threat posed by violent extremism. And with the emergence of groups like ISIL and the knowledge that some Americans are attempting to travel to countries like Syria and Iraq to take part in ongoing conflicts, the Justice Department is responding appropriately.
And sending a clear message to homegrown ISIS sympathizers who may want to join the fight on the wrong side.
American authorities are working with our international partners and Interpol to disseminate information on foreign fighters in Syria and Iraq, including individuals who have traveled from the United States. We have established processes for detecting American extremists who attempt to join terror groups abroad.
Now, the secretary there also announced today a pilot program in many select cities around the country that's going to bring together the FBI, Homeland Security, Justice Department, state and local police, local faith and business community leaders, and basically bring these folks together to talk about extreme elements within their communities, how to spot them and how to address them as well. This is a pilot program put together through the Obama administration. It's going to happen around the country, Logan, so we are seeing not only plans abroad right now, but plans here at home as well to address ISIS.
Kyle, is some of the political infighting and bickering that takes place here in the United States, particularly under the Obama administration and the Republican Congress, being set aside for this united front against ISIL?
Well, one thing President Obama wanted from the beginning is to have some type of vote on Capitol Hill to back the U.S. being involved in this. Right now, it seems like many congressmen are too worried right now maybe about that upcoming midterm election in November. We're not going to have that type of vote, but it seems we are going to have a vote specifically on arming and training these rebel Syrian fighters in Syria. We are now hearing that House Republicans plan to bring that amendment to the continuing funding bill to the floor on Wednesday. We're also hearing today President Obama continues to work the phones both to Republicans and Democrats, both in the House and the Senate, to push for that $500 million to arm those Syrian rebels and to train them. Obviously, that a very important component on the ground if there's not going to be American troops on the ground. Logan?
All right, Kyle Schmoyer reporting live for us in studio tonight. Kyle, thanks for that report.